Hello, beauty bosses. Welcome to Launch Your Business in 60 Days. We are here on week 5, and we are going to be covering probably one of the most, I say this with every topic, but this is a very important and difficult part of the launching your business, and that is your online presence. We're going to talk all about your digital storefronts, all of your customer-facing platforms, what they should have, what they should include, and why you need certain platforms, which platforms you should utilize, and which platforms aren't as important to utilize. Well, let's be real. If the clients cannot find you online, they don't know you exist, they cannot book you. The rule of marketing is if they don't know you exist, they cannot book you. Your job is to make sure that they know that you exist and to consistently come up in searches that your ideal client is going to look for. This is going to apply across every single platform. So when you are creating all of these platforms, I want you to think about, what is my ideal client going to search for in order for them to find me? I'm going to help you create online presence that's going to attract your ideal client 24/7, even when you're laying at home watching Netflix. All right, so let's start with one of the easier platforms. This is going to be a Google My Business page. I find a Google My Business page is very, very important, not only just for reviews, but to show up in the natural SEO of a Google search. So first, what you're going to do is you're going to set up a business profile. You're going to go to googlemybusiness.com, going to claim your business name, add your service area, add any relevant photos. I recommend doing high quality, good photos of before and afters, work, bridal photos, anything that is going to best represent your company. And then add your services and your pricing options. Make sure that you have a business description, your hours, everything like that. Add your phone number and ways to contact you as well. So when brides are going to search bridal artist near me, you want to be somebody that pops up in that search. It's very important for you to have some sort of location tag. Now, I know if you do not have most artists that are not in a salon or anything like that, you can create just a general area on Google My Business. That's not going to stop you from creating a page, don't worry. I also recommend you funnel all of your reviews into your Google My Business profile. The more reviews and the more people that interact with your Google My Business profile, the more Google is going to recommend you to other people. Your ratings and your clicks every single month are going to matter. Google takes time, and SEO is a whole big thing. When it comes to SEO, which is search engine optimization, is how you are going to pop up within a search engine when someone searches certain keywords. We'll talk a little bit more about SEO when we get to the website portion of this video, but your Google My Business is going to matter based on keywords that are in your reviews, keywords that are in your description, and the name, time, and location of your business. So once you get that set up, it's not very complicated. You're just going to send in the forms to Google. Sometimes it takes people a few days to get approval back from Google, and then you are all set and good to go. Let's talk about the most important part of your online presence, your website. We do not have to get super fancy. We need a simple and high converting site. We're not getting fancy. You do not have to pay $5,000, $6,000 for a website and hire someone crazy. You can create a beautiful website on Wix or on Squarespace. These are both really, really great hosting platforms. They're not super expensive and they're very, very user friendly. A lot of them have templates that are already made that you can just plug and play into. These are 3 things that you need to hone in on when you're creating your site. It needs to be clean, it needs to be fast, it needs to be mobile friendly, and it needs to be very clear about what you do. Let's talk about the very first page that your client's going to come into contact with, and this is your homepage. Your homepage should show off, obviously, your brand. You need to make sure that you have that strong brand messaging like we talked about in a couple videos. I'm going to link that video down below, so if you don't have your branding down, don't skip to this step. Make sure you have your branding and your whole branding package done, then come back. So as soon as your ideal client is going to visit your website, the first thing they should see is a big, juicy, beautiful, high quality photo of you or your work. Then you want to have the area that you serve that needs to be on the homepage. That's also going to funnel into your SEO. Every single page should have the location that you service. This is going to help Google list your website when people search for blank blank makeup artist. You need to then also say what you specialize in. You want to make sure on your homepage you're going to highlight all of the different things that you do to make sure that your client's going to understand on page 1. They should not have to search hard for information. Everything should be laid out in a very clear and simple manner so that your client understands. If a fifth grader cannot understand and utilize your site, you are way too overcomplicating it. Make sure that it is very, very simple. You're not using any crazy terms. Everything, again, should be laid out in a very clean and understandable manner. A very clear call to action or book now button. Every single page should have some sort of call to action. Great, you've gone over, you've digested all the information that I have, book. Great, okay, you saw this page, go ahead and book. It's very important for you to make sure that every single page has a call to action. You don't want people to go searching through your site to find out where to book. It should be something that's very simple and easy for them. Another thing is social proof, testimonials, reviews. Those should be highlighted in your site. These are things that are going to further push your bride down your sales funnel, right? They're interested, they think you do good work, so they're going to your site to further be sold on your services. They're going to be looking for reviews, they're going to be looking for descriptions, and all the different things that you have inside your service is going to set you apart from all of the other artists that they're looking for. And then you always need to have a simple contact form. With most CRMs, you can copy the HTML and just plop it right in your website. It's super, super easy to do. It's a literal copy and paste, and that form will go straight to your website and then track into your CRM. So make sure that you have a form that's not super, super lengthy, hits all of the regular information, but is going to funnel out anybody that's not your ideal client. 1 page is fine, 2 pages is fine. Keep it simple and keep it clear. If you have the money and you have the investment and you want to add all kinds of crazy pages, you totally can. These are the pages that I'm going to recommend you start with. A good homepage, like we just went over, a services page is going to hit on all of the services that you have, and every single service should be in detail explained what they get, why you're good at what you do, and the niche that you specifically cater to. That should be all listed in your services page. I definitely recommend having an About Me page, so a little quip about you with a photo of you because people want to identify who you are and identify with you and see you as a human being. Then a contact form page. I recommend you always post your prices on your contact form page. That's just something that I think everybody should be doing. Be very clear and transparent about your prices. It is going to help lessen the people that are not going to actually book with you and give brides more trust with you. Then you're going to have a portfolio page. We want beautiful, clear, and high resolution photos. Do not put iPhone screenshotted photos on your website. It's going to look pixelated and super shitty. 90% of people are going to visit your site from their mobile phone. It's very rare that people do things on an iPad or a computer anymore. It is all going to be mobile. So make sure that your site is mobile friendly. Make sure that all of the photos are very clear and they are very pretty. And if you don't have professional photos yet, use clean, flat lay photos, kit photos. You can even find really good AI photos or stock images to put in place until you do get some proper photos. There are amazing sites. A lot of the sites like Squarespace and Wix will provide you with copyright-free images for you to place inside your website. So let's have a little talk about SEO on your site. This is something that if you're going to outsource anything and if you're trying to get a little bit more serious when it comes to your search engine optimization with Google, I recommend you hire somebody. I hired a company called Main Street Host. They're based out of New York in the US. I originally made my site on Wix and I paid them to write all of the content a bit better to optimize it better for Google. They also will go in on the back end and make sure that your site is Google friendly and it is optimized the best to make sure that your ideal clients are being able to search you and you are consistently popping up inside Google search engine. It's not super expensive and I promise it's worth it if it's something that you are wanting to organically get into the algorithm of Google. I do not recommend trying to do it yourself. It is very confusing. The rules are constantly changing. I think SEO and content writing is something that is a very, very good investment to outsource. Let's talk about the ever-changing and one of the most important platforms you're going to have outside of your website, and that is your Instagram and your TikTok. The platforms that are going to be your main marketing source and are what is going to create your demand. Okay, so before your business even launches, there are a few things that you need to make sure that your profile includes. Your clients should be able to click on your profile, know where you are, what your niche is, they should know what you look like, and they should have a call to action. Those are the most important things for your profile to have. So your username should include what you do. Don't make your username super complicated and weird. I really recommend having your business name or just your name as your handle. Mine is Haley, HMUA, Haley Hair and Makeup. Very simple. I've had that handle forever. It is the same across all of my platforms. I find it very important to make sure that your handles are very similar across every platform so people aren't having to be like, oh, is there a dot? Is there a dash? Try to pick a handle that's very simple and easy, not super long, and people can understand what it is that you do. Makeup by so-and-so, or wedding hair by so-and-so. Those are going to be good Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube handles. In the very top section of your profile, it's going to say your name, and then it'll have something else listed. So I have Haley Finnegan, bridal hair and makeup artist. That is what's going to pop up in the search handle. When my handle is searched, this is what will pop up first. Then I have makeup artist as my job title, and then I have hair and makeup artist again. We're just driving home what we are. Like I said, it's very, very important for people to know exactly what it is that you do as soon as they pop up. Makeup artist is just going to be like what Instagram, like as a business profile, what they're going to categorize you underneath. Then I have my tagline, which is glam breads and good vibes. I definitely recommend putting your niche or your tagline in there. And then I have soft glam, iconic hair, and then my location, so Orlando, Florida, plus travel, so people know that I do travel as well. And then I have the join my $10 bridal biz club and bridal inquiries down below. I have that call to action is going to be the last line. You want to make sure that this is a nice and juicy Instagram bio that's going to get people to look at your links, make sure that they know exactly what it is that you do, and they get the vibe from not only your bio, but from your profile photo as well. Your profile photo should not be your logo. Stop doing that. It's really, really important for people to identify with you and who you are. So make sure that you have a nice, clear photo of you. Go get headshots done. Headshots are not super expensive. Find a local photographer, or you can trade with someone and get good headshots that match your branding and keep your branding consistent throughout your profile. Now, when it comes to your link in your bio, I love using links. It is kind of like a mini website inside of your site. I just love how customizable this is, and I think it is a really, really good way for you to break everything down for your client and make it very easy navigation. I think Linktree is also a really, really great option. It is free. Links is only, I think, $3 to $5 a month. It's not very expensive, and I think it is a worth it platform, especially because I use this across all of my social media platforms. The same is going to apply for your TikTok. So everything that's in your Instagram bio, I would just copy and paste and move it into your TikTok bio. The same thing with your call to actions. I think that TikTok and Instagram are very, very important to utilize consistently, at least 3 to 5 times a week on posting, and making sure that you're posting on your stories all the time. This is going to be your main marketing source. This is where people are going to look for you. People are going to Google you. People are going to find your site, but 90% of your clientele is going to come from social media. If you utilize social media in the correct way, you have a shit ton of free advertising, and you are not having to pay or do ads or do any sort of hard work besides creating kick-ass content. Your job is to look booked, active, and professional, even if you are new to this. So even if you don't have content, you have to make content. Do a content day, do kit restocks, do bridal glam demos, soft glam demos, do videos of you, do behind the scenes shots of you working, photos, anything that you have that you can post. You can, if you're crafty enough, you can make good content out of. You sometimes are going to have to invest a little bit and do really great content days to make sure that you have really good examples moving forward before you fully launch your business, so that people understand what it is that you do. I recommend you do 3 content days, 3 of the best types of glam, hair, whatever it is that you do, for you to pin to the top of your profile. Then if you plan these content days right, you can get a wide variety of B-roll and photos that you can utilize multiple times until you start getting booked. Stories matter, your face matters, and your workflow matters. Instagram and TikTok are going to build trust. So let's talk about the difference between platforms. TikTok is going to create demand. TikTok is going to push your video out to more people. The algorithm is a little bit different. So creating very bold, scroll-stopping videos on TikTok is what's going to get you pushed out into your audience, right? Instagram is for conversion. Instagram is going to be a really great platform for you to convert views into bookings. And Google is going to just go straight into bookings. Google is a straight pipeline versus Instagram is going to be a view, a look, a like, a follow, then a booking. They each play a very different role inside of your marketing plan. I recommend you use all three of them. All right, let's talk about what we are going to post before we launch our business. So we're not officially launched yet, but we are starting now curating our page to launch on January 1st. We have 3 weeks to start getting a following, to start getting people to see who we are, what we do, and why we're doing what we do. Here are a few really great pre-launch content ideas. A video of you introducing yourself, who you are, what you do, and why you are starting this business. Another is share your why story. What led you to now being your own business? What led you to becoming your own business owner? Kit favorites or a kit tour, mini tutorials, before and afters, client experience breakdowns, your policies, reviews. Use screenshots from Google, screenshots from text messages, anything that you have. Use screenshots from models or past clients. Timelines, tips, and myths. What I wish every bride knew before their trial. Why booking early matters. If you need a little bit more help with hooks and a social media kit, my Bridal Biz Club is $10 a month. I have 9 different hooks and trending audios for you already set up, as well as story templates every single month for you to utilize. We want to prime our algorithm and our audience and start gathering people to know, hey girly, I'm opening a business, I'm starting, I'm ready to book. Pay attention to me. I'm going to talk about what your homework is for this week. We want you to set up and optimize and organize your Google My Business listing. We want to build or clean up your site. So if you already have a site, we're going to utilize the rules that I talked about. Make sure that it's clean, easy to use, and you have all of the proper pages that you need, or you can create one from scratch utilizing Wix or Squarespace. Create 1 Instagram post and 1 TikTok post using one of the examples that I showed you. And down below, I'm going to give you your week 5 checklist that kind of goes a little bit deeper into all of the things and steps that you need to have with examples for you. Online presence is the foundation of your business. This is the moment where you stop being an idea of a business and start being a real brand that clients can discover and trust. I will see you next week for week 6. Make sure you're subscribed, and I would love to hear what you think about this week's video down below.